Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between. It is Saturday, June 19th, and today is the Saturday check-in. So, how are you, everyone? Um, Thank you for coming here to Hello Cupcake, It's Me. It has been a very weird, emotional 3 days. Um, like Wednesday or Thursday night, I got hyper emotional, like all of a sudden, and I was watching this series on Hulu called Love Victor, and just got kind of emotional. And I get really invested in TV shows and movies, like especially if I like the characters or the storyline. Like I get emotionally involved. Like I put myself into the characters and all this other stuff. Like I'm hanging out with them type situation. I know it's weird. It's something I've always done since I was a little kid. I guess I'm a complete and utter total fanboy. So, anyways, was getting hyper emotional because it was dealing with a lot of mental health issues and just topics that kind of hit really close to home. And this show, like Hulu did an amazing job in depicting mental health. One of the main characters, mom, she suffers with depression and bipolar and goes through manic episodes and does hoarding and all this other stuff, and is just always up and down everywhere else. And this actress did an amazing job in just portraying the bipolar craziness that happens and the severe crippling depression where you just can't get motivated to do anything. So, yeah. I had just finished one of those episodes and I stood up to go to the restroom and I noticed that there was a single spider web that went into the back of my fan. And I started crying and having a fucking emotional breakdown thinking about the poor spider getting killed. Your boy over here is probably the only person in the history of ever who's cried over a damn spider. And I don't know why I was like so emotionally moved by the thought of this poor spider getting like chopped up in my fan blades, but that just set the tone for the next 4 hours of my life after that. And I was laying in bed just boo-hooing and all hyper emotional, and it was like nothing happened. I'm sorry that I'm yawning so much, guys. I literally just got out of bed, came out here, brushed my hair. I didn't even put it up. I was just like falling asleep or whatever. But yeah, so there's been all that, and outside of that though, I did go for a walk the other day on one of the trails that I used to love to walk on. It was actually the one trail that I walked the 7 or 14 miles on about this time last year. And so I didn't do a huge walk on it. I only did like a little over well, what was it? for that day I did 2.53 miles. But ever since, my legs and my feet have just been unbearable to deal with. I'm starting to get all the cramps in my legs that I used to get from walking. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing. So I know that whatever I'm doing, my body's finally starting to respond to it. And on top of all that, I'm still doing the intermittent fasting and trying to do good with that. But for the last 3 or 4 days, I've also exploded my caloric intake. Yesterday was a complete and total oink fest with my sister. She wanted to just eat all of the things, and I was her cheerleader and ate all the things right along with her. And, you know, that's really unlike her to do stuff like that. But she's like, I want pizza, and I'm going to go fuck pizza up somewhere, so where are we going to go? I'm like, sis, I don't give a damn. I'm like, I would personally like a sit-down restaurant, so that way they can wait on us and we can have drinks and whatever else. I'm like, but, you know, you tell us where to go and I'll take us there. And so we decided that we were going to go to Little Caesars. And I'm not typically a huge fan of Little Caesars, but I got a Supreme Pizza because Supreme Pizzas are like my absolute favorite. Stuffed Crust Supreme, yeah, buddy. But I don't know what it is about the Supreme Pizza. Supreme Pizza and Hawaiian Pizza are like mainland Hawaiian Pizza is my favorite. And people look at me strangely when I say that Hawaiian pizza is my favorite. And then there's that whole, oh, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. You don't belong on Earth. Shut up. Don't take that wrong, guys. If you're one of those people that are like, ugh, pineapple on a pizza. But I love it. I love pineapple, the ham, or the Canadian bacon. And in Hawaii, they actually put cashews on their pizza, and that is like a true Hawaiian pizza. When I was first introduced to Hawaiian pizza, it was in Hawaii, and my sister was like, here, you gotta try this. And the roasted cashews on the pizza gave it like this really weird, nutty, creamy taste on top of the sour bitterness of the pineapple, because, you know, pineapple grows like a weed there in Hawaii. Or if you don't know that, pineapple grows like weeds in Hawaii. And that's actually like where one of the Dole processing plants is on Oahu, where Pearl Harbor and all that other stuff is. When I went to Hawaii, that was one of the things that my sister and I did. We did the factory tour, and we got to eat pineapple the whole way through, and then at the end of the thing we got like big things of pineapple as like souvenirs to take home. So we took that with us out to Hanama Bay and went snorkeling and fed all the little fish pieces of pineapple so that they would come up closer to us. Probably not a good idea, considering that like over in Hanama Bay there's, well, the entire ocean. But that's a story for a different time. So yeah, I almost got the Hawaiian pizza, but the Supreme just looked amazing, so I got Supreme. My sister got garlic chicken with white sauce, and we went and we parked at this overlook at the hospital, and the hospital overlooks the bay in between where America stops and Canada starts. So it's only like a 20-25 mile crossing. so you can see like everything happening in Canada from where you're at. Like you can see all the little cars driving by and city lights, and so it might not even be a full 25 miles, but I mean, you can make out houses and stuff. And so we sat there and we ate those pizzas. And she's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I just did this." I'm like, "Yeah," because we had actually planned, well, she planned. I wanted to go have dinner Thursday night, but she decided, oh, instead of getting together Thursday night, let's get together on Friday, and then we'll go to the gym, and then go have lunch and do XYZ and all this other stuff. Because she just got a gym membership to this place called Planet Fitness. I was like, okay. I wasn't really feeling the idea, and when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my god, kill me, because my feet were so sore, and just in pain to the point where I could barely walk. And I was like, how the hell am I going to be out here trying to do any kind of gym? So thankfully, as I was getting dressed and getting ready to start my day, she calls me up and she's like, so the gym is a no-go. We ain't doing that. Don't feel like driving out to it and all this other stuff. She's like, but you can still come over and we can still go do the things. I'm like, okay. I'll come over and we can do the things. So I spent all day yesterday with her, which was really nice. And then it was just so gorgeously beautiful yesterday. It was warm and it had this like really strong breeze that was just a nice little bit of a chill to make it like that perfect summer, like that perfect summer day. So really, it was really nice, and I ended up staying over at her place until about 5, and then came home and crawled into bed and died. But yeah, so it's been really kind of nice the last couple of days. And yesterday I met with someone. I'm not trained to deal with peer counseling for children, but I met with a child yesterday who, under supervision of another adult, like a family member or whatever, that has just been having some issues, and it completely wasn't supposed to be like this therapy session or whatever. It was just mainly supposed to be like just talking. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you guys or not, but I do tarot reading. And I've read people's cards since I was like 15. And so the deck that I use, I've used this deck since I was 15. And it was like one of my dad's girlfriends, and she left it behind when he kicked her out. And I've had it ever since. Well, not that particular deck, but a variation of that deck. Same deck, like style or whatever, but anyways. So this person just wanted to do something special with this kid and decided to get them a little reading done because they had shown some interest and stuff like that and are really into zodiac and astrology and crystals and all. So it was a bonding moment for them, and then they were going to go do a day together afterwards where they were going to go out and have lunch and maybe go to the beach and just hang out. So yeah, I ended up using a lot of my peer counseling training that I got, and was able to really just kind of, I think, help the kid. And the aunt sent me a message after we had parted ways, and oh my god, they just won't stop talking about you, and it was such an amazing experience. Thank you so much Like, it's really no problem, you know. I had nothing else going on this morning until later on this afternoon, and, you know, I'm just glad that some help came from them, or came to them. So, yeah, that was kind of like the highlight of my day yesterday, and, um, outside of just being able to spend time with my sister, because it's very rare that my sister and I get to spend any time together anymore. Like, growing up, and then from like the age of 18 up, well, our whole lives, it's just been me and my sister against the world. And then when my niece was born, it was like, well, fuck, what are we gonna do with this thing? Oh, well, that's how I felt, not my sister. But so then it became me, my niece, and my sister against the world. And so we've always functioned as a very close, tight knitted unit. And now my niece has her own life going on with her person, and doing her own little thing, and working, and being a young adult. And I live by myself 30 miles away from my sister, and my sister has her life with her boyfriend and her work life and whatever else. And so usually whenever we get together, though, it's me, her, and her boyfriend. So anytime that we get to just be together by ourselves is really nice for me. And out of all of the douchebags that she's ever been with, I actually really like this dude. He's a good guy. They fight like cats and dogs over certain aspects, but I just told my sister, I'm like, listen, he does not physically abuse you. He does not mentally abuse you. Like, you guys know that you can't talk about politics, or that you can't talk about certain things like this. Don't freaking talk about them. There's a universe of other things that you guys could talk about. Don't talk about anything that's going to cause a fight between you. And she loves to bicker and fight and pick scabs and just like, Urgh. So I'm like, you know, this is the one time I'm not team sis, okay? Like, you are trying to self-sabotage yourself, is what you're trying to do. I'm like, this guy is a pretty decent dude. Yeah, you have issues. What relationship doesn't? Knock it off. Now, if I legitimately thought that he was abusing her or causing her any kind of mental or physical stress or duress, I would be like, no, get the fuck away from him. But like, I think they were only together for a year or so when she went through stage 3 breast cancer, and he was there every step of the fucking way with her. He like shaved her head, he took care of her when she was sick, he did all of the things. And once she got better and was able to like actually get up and move, he took the whole family on a trip down to Oregon to go see our biological mom. And it was just like, wow, that's awesome. You know, who else would have done that? Like, you've never been with anyone who would have done that. So give this dude a chance and calm your tits, is basically what I told her. So, yeah, but the whole moral of that story is just the fact that I had the fun hanging out with my sister. We didn't really do anything extravagant. We went to Goodwill. We went to 2 different Walmarts. We went to lunch, and that was about it. So I was like, you know, okay, we good. And as for today, I have no freaking clue what I'm going to be doing, but as always, I like to get up and just get moving, and on Wednesdays and Saturdays get these videos taken care of. Not that it's a chore or anything. I just like to try to get them done and uploaded, so then that way, for those of you who watch them, you can get them watched and get on with your day. Not that watching my videos is a priority for any of you, but still. So yeah, what are you guys gonna do this weekend? Hopefully it's something fun. Hopefully it's something like rather amazing, or maybe it's something really low key where you just disconnect and hold space for yourself, where you don't do anything for anyone, and if you feel like it, just lay in bed all damn day. But take some time to do some self-care. And tomorrow is, well, today, I don't know, one of these days is the new federal holiday here in the United States called Juneteenth, that just recently got passed in celebration and in honor of the last day of slavery. And so a lot of my friends have been celebrating that and have like really just been happy. And I told my friend last night while she was with her aunt that for Juneteenth, her and her aunt should go and have lunch at a counter somewhere. Like, go find a diner that has a counter and go eat. Now, her aunt was part of the Selma Walk and was actually one of the people in the photo of the black people being removed from the Woolsworth counter. And so I thought, you know, even though like civil rights movement and all that other stuff had taken place, I thought that it would be a nice thing for them to do for Juneteenth. And my friend was like, yeah, that would be freaking awesome. How cool would that be? So she brought it up to her aunt last night while I was on the phone. Oh lordy, my aunt, I call her my aunt also because her family has pretty much adopted me, and I'm like the only white person who's ever stepped foot into their home. And unless it was an official like government reason, like a police officer or a firefighter, ambulance, whatever, but I'm the only white person who has ever like been invited to their home and invited into their home for like a meal. And I'll never forget it. It was Christmas one year, and I was invited over for the family meal. And if you've ever been around folks, they get very loud. And a lot of the people who were in attendance were like church members, and they were just in there hooping and hollering. And here I come walking through the front door, and they all kind of like that. What the hell? And this one lady, she's all like, why is there a white man walking through your door? And my friend comes like running down the hallway. She's like, oh hi, this is my friend Michael, and blah blah. And they're all looking at me like, And she's like, you know what, give it back to them 100%, okay, hun? She's all, don't pay them any mind. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be respectful. But so by the end of it, the Reverend Mindy and like some of the other church ladies or whatever, they all started laughing and giggling, and we all had just a really great conversation. But it was a really unique experience for me, because I've never been included in a black culture family gathering like that before. And so yeah, it was just it was really kind of amazing and a lot of fun. And so, um, my auntie went the hell off about she ain't going to no damn diner for no damn June 13th or Juneteenth, because she lived through that again, and she's traumatized. And I said, Auntie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to be a trauma. A trauma. I thought it was something that you and her could do, and like you take the grandbabies and make it a teachable, learnable moment about what that meant and how this wouldn't have happened like a few years ago. And she's like, no, no, thank you, nope, nope. Oh no, 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 no. So yeah, I kind of got yelled at by my auntie. But anyways, yeah, I'm starting to ramble now, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop. But you know, happy Juneteenth to those of you who are going to celebrate it and will be celebrating it. And it's still Pride Month, so happy Pride Month to all my LGBTQ plus viewers and members. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.